Hello, and welcome to another title clear. This time around, I'll be tackling the Venus title challenge with Doma. This title challenge is fairly easy as long as you have an HP buff or a large shield to help tank 4 really big hits. These are found on the 3rd, 7th, 11th, and boss floors, though the team that I will be showcasing can bypass the first 2 large hits by using 2 30% gravity attacks. This team excels at farming parts, so if you have any interest on any of Hakurei's forms, their exchangeable weapon, or this other equip, then you'll be able to farm this dungeon with this team in less than 14 minutes. The base drop rate for the parts is assumed to be around 10%, so generally, a team would need 9 Power Break Awakenings to guarantee that parts drop. Though since Doma's pre-transformation leader skill gives a boost to that rate, you will only need 5 Power Break Awakenings to guarantee drops. This team is similar to teams that JP players created, so if you can't assemble my version, look into those other teams, which are linked in the description down below. One very important thing to note is that all of your units need to be 891, as the stats will be important on a floor where you will need to take a hit while awoken bound. If you haven't maxed out your units, or if you don't care about farming this dungeon and only want a single clear, then maybe the other teams that I've used on stream before can be of help. Those are also linked in the description below. Though even if you don't care about parts farming, you might still want to stack some Power Break Awakenings, as your whole team will get a substantial HP boost when breaking apart, which will be essential when tanking some of the crazy hits scattered throughout the dungeon. Light and water resist plus latents can also come in very handy, as those 4 big hits will come from either light or water enemies. Here is also another team that my friend used to clear Venus. There's no video on this one, but maybe this team can be of help. But back to this farming team. Farming builds tend to be very particular, so you don't really have a lot of wiggle room when it comes to subs and equip replacements. And for this specific Venus team, none of the team members are replaceable. The equips, on the other hand, may be replaceable, but there's really not a lot of options out there. I will give a quick rundown on what you want from the equips, so if you can't make my version or the other one's linked, then maybe you can find something in your monster box that could serve as a decent replacement. All of the equips on the Domas, Giyu, and the Giyu duo need to basically have a damage awakening, plus also help get some OE coverage. That means that you at least want something like a 7C, a 10C, a 7C+, a cross, or a levitate awakening on the equips, and that you should also aim to at least have 2 OE awakenings of each attribute and heal. You could maybe ignore some OE awakenings, but then you might have to spend more time trying to match positive water crosses on some floors. The equips on Giyu and the duo will also require a haste active skill, and in the case of Giyu, you will also want the equip to help clear awoken binds. The haste equip that you will use at the start of the dungeon needs to be at least 3 turns, so that the gravities are up on floor 3, and the equip used to clear the awoken bind on the 3rd floor needs to haste for at least 1 turn so that the gravities will be ready for floor 7. It's also important for the equip on the duo to change their sub-attribute to water, as that damage will be required to KO certain floors. The equip on Inosuke should at least give 3 turns of Pierce to deal with the 1st and 2nd floor. The equip on Hades Dragon could be anything to help patch holes, as long as he doesn't overcharge on the very first turn. The team only has 60% skill bind resist, so to ensure that you won't be hit with that debuff and die without 5 water orbs on the board, make sure to fit in 2 SBR awakenings via equips. And on top of OE coverage, what you want to see on all of your equips are team HPs and skill boost awakenings to survive and to transform right away. Some floors will try to delay your units by 2 turns, so you want to have 2 SDRs on everyone. Since you only need 2, that means that some units will be able to use 6 slot latents. For Giyu, you want the quad damage cap rate latent to make sure that you kill certain floors. The duo can get the skill boost plus latent to help meet skill boost thresholds. The rest of the latent slots are basically free, but you will definitely want to get at least some light resist plus latents to help tank Faken and Hakurei. The power bonus attack latents will help ensure that you kill the parts on the Sophie floor, but you could do without those if you go out of your way to match another water combo when Giyu is cap broken. And that's it for the team. Again, unfortunately, these builds are pretty restrictive, but if you can assemble the team, you should have an easy time farming this dungeon. Hopefully this or the other videos linked will be of help. And if you made any replacements, let us know in the comments below, as maybe that will help other people that need more alternatives. Thank you guys for watching, and a special thanks go out to Ages Number 1 and Awkward Panda, Breastfeeding Obama, Daniel T, Dark Silencers, Doom Raccoon, Eddie Ryan, Exen, Martini, and Wave for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.